Roblox is a huge platform with millions and bajillions of games.
No, it's not.
Ow. Some of them go up, some of them go down.
Like a roller coaster and like life.
Okay, anyways, we're heading to the fall of Roblox biggest games. Now, we're gonna link this video down below so you guys can watch it. Big shout out to this creator. This guy is awesome. He makes such cool Roblox videos. Big shout out to him. Use star code CUBE.
And we've been around for a while, so we might know some of the games that are being posted in this video.
Grab your snacks. Let's watch this together. I'm actually so excited.
Imagine owning the largest Roblox game, ranking millions of dollars and billions of visits.
I love this editing.
Billions of visits.
Only to lose it all.
No,
Sadly, this happens to many beloved games, and for reasons you might not expect. So, to find out why this happens and how to prevent it, we need to dive into the stories of fallen
I'm already
Roblox
interested,
games.
Joven.
Beginning with MeepCity. Wow, that looks different.
Oh my gosh.
What started as a passion project by the player
It was
Alex
so
Neutron
big.
quickly became a rising Roblox game. But wait a minute,
Everyone was
you
playing
may
this
be
game.
wondering how a game this plain blew up in 2016, a time when games like
It was
this
good, bro. Jailbreak.
I forget.
Hey!
were on
Hey!
the rise.
MM2 was on the rise.
Let's throw our
It's true,
preconceived
it's
notions
true.
out the window and actually analyze the game. Despite having a basic design, the game had infinite things to do. You can chat, work humble jobs, and
like
start a
Club Penguin.
family. With zero rules, players were fully in control,
Family's
which
crazy.
hopefully won't backfire. But even with all this,
Wait,
Alex
what?
wanted to give players
Foreshadowing.
something to grind for. Money. So
Money.
he added mini games to keep
Oh,
players
I remember we used to play
playing,
these.
puzzles, races, fishing, you
remember
name
just
it.
fishing.
Overall,
Yeah, this
the
one.
game was
And the
a nice
racing
way
one.
to have a break from your troubles.
Look how amazing that looks. Oh my goodness.
MeepCity is
TDM,
officially a
You played
year
that?
old. Most of Alex's games would die by then.
Oh,
But MeepCity's
true.
endless gameplay made it stand out. But to prevent players from losing interest, the devs added one important feature: parties. This allowed you to
Parties?
invite your friends
Ooh.
to your house and have a fun time with them. A totally innocent feature that definitely won't be.
Bro, what are you yapping about?
oh.
Yeah, it's,
it's
probably
Alex.
nothing.
Whoa, that's a cool little edit. Alex talking to him there.
After 2
What is
years of
this?
consistent updates, Alex broke the limit of how big a Roblox game can get.
Really? I didn't know it got
The
this big,
updates
actually.
themselves weren't the craziest, but the main thing carrying the game was parties. Since players can host their own games, MeepCity became more
Oh.
player-driven and infinite, which made it the first game to reach 1 billion visits. And
No
all
way.
participants
Crazy.
were proud.
The
I didn't
online
know
data
that.
Overlord.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
what?
Are you sure incredible?
LOL promoting online data.
Humanity is
Oh.
doomed. Ban MeepCity.
Oh my god, no please.
Parties.
What the f-
Oh.
Are we
That was-
looking at the same thing here? Time for an investigation. Surely a
Whoa.
game this innocent couldn't possibly get this much hate.
Oh my gosh. Scanning for
That's
ideas is crazy.
sick.
Anomaly detected.
But aren't parties the reason why the game is so popular?
That is hilarious. It scanned and everything was good except the party room.
The darn parties.
Popular?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Why did I open that?
Yeah, do not.
Close
Yes,
that.
parties were crucial for the game's success, but at the same time, made the game very unsafe for children, because the parties had questionable items that enabled this kind of behavior. I mean, what do you expect when a game has 0 rules and is
Alex
completely controlled by
Neutron.
players? Despite this red
Whoa.
flag, Alex continued to grow his game with the issues in the back of his mind, but at what cost? As the
Wait.
numbers rose, so did the dangers.
Why is
I
it always
really
such
hope
face?
something is
I
done
know.
about this.
Why is Creekcraft in a
Otherwise,
party?
no
Yeah,
one's
what is
gonna
Creekcraft
happen.
doing at the party, bro? Was Creekcraft investigating as well?
I think so.
1-1.
Due to the insane backlash, exploiters had a motivation to attack the game, which made it more unsafe for children.
What?
Whoa.
Oh my.
At this point,
Oh, because they
Alex
wanted
had
to get back
two
at the
options.
ODers.
He can either remove
smart,
parties to
honestly.
save his reputation, or maximize his growth by harming more children.
Which one did he choose?
What the road. I love the face.
Oh,
No way. Did he actually?
I don't even know this. I didn't.
I stopped following me.
Yeah, me too.
Although he can't control what players do, his ignorance of the game's rules and features certainly played a part, leading
Wait.
to one final blow.
Roblox
With his biggest game that he spent years on
did they
dead,
actually?
I
Alex
didn't
was
know that.
confined to one last option. Although it wasn't ideal for performance, it was the right thing to do.
Wow. So he did it.
He removed
Surprisingly, Alex got his game back,
got
but
it
with some
back?
consequences.
I forgot
Without
about all
parties,
this.
the game was 90% less popular, but I guess it was worth it for the safety of players. But
Yeah.
even with this change, the game still
That is-
has these kinds of people.
Oh, get out, bro. You know,
Oh heck nah!
it's kind of weird seeing where the tent used to be. It's kind of like eerie. Like, it's like weird, you know? It's like the dark past of MeepCity. Very weird.
Yeah, that's scary.
Okay, let's continue.
I guess the damage was already done.
Yeah, that's
Now
weird.
that was a pretty big game, but what about a game 10 times its size that also
What?
went
Oh
up
my
in
goodness.
smoke?
How is that pets?
possible? To truly understand how, we need to find what
game?
makes old games never die. But
Yes.
to do this, we need
I
some
see
help
Murder
from our
Mystery.
sponsor, War
I did.
Thunder, which
What?
also never died out. It's a free-to-play epic military action game with ground,
Wow!
air, and naval combat, ranging from the 20th century all the way to now. With a large-scale multiplayer map, players can play
Wait.
and fight however they want, which kinda reminds me of our first Immortal game. Although
What?
not as intense
That
as
is
War
Immortal.
Thunder, it's a large-scale multiplayer game with
game
many different jobs as
Yeah,
the
this
main
is-
Made by the-
figures,
oh, no,
with so
different.
much to do and many different ways
Classic,
to make
this is a
pizzas.
banger, this is a
Players
classic
can play
banger. I love this
however they
game.
want, while being appropriate. And even 11 years later, the devs still make efforts to update War Thunder, like the new air
What?
superiority update, containing better vehicles like the T-90M, Gripen, and F-15 Eagle. And not to mention, a new location for air battles, which makes the game all the more chaotic, just like NDS.
What?
The game forces you
Okay.
to survive random disasters
How
on
they
random
gonna-
maps.
how they
As
gonna
simple
relate
as this
MM2?
seems, it
Yeah.
makes so
I'm
much
curious.
room for random chaos.
Random
Even
chaos,
to
yes.
this day,
Smart way to
funny
integrate
memes
it
are
back.
still being made
Yeah, it's
about
actually.
it.
This guy's really
With
good.
various locations and a huge player base, you're constantly on
Okay.
edge in battle. You'll never know when you'll get
On
blasted by a
edge?
guided missile, drone, or a nuclear bomb. Similar to our last Immortal game. In Murder Mystery 2, one person gets chosen
Yes!
to
Yo!
has to hide it. You never know who the murderer is or
How are
when
they
they'll
playing
strike.
outside?
It's a game of bluffery and you're always on edge, which
Bluffery.
makes it more exciting the more you play it. And just like
That-
Roblox,
that's my
it's free on
map!
all
That is
devices.
Jo- Joven
download
made
the link
it!
right
Joven
in the
made it!
below. And
That's
if
a good
you're new or
ad.
haven't played for
That
at
is a
least
really good
6
ad.
months,
I'm playing
not
War
only will you
Thunder.
get free vehicles for a week, free skins with them, 100k silver lines.
This is a
free
good
premium
ad. This is a
vehicles,
good
and
ad.
week of premium. But I'll
That's how
also
ads
give
should
someone
be
10,000 Robux.
integrated.
You don't want
W
to
Cuban.
Anyways, with all this in mind, it's time to move on to phase 3. Wow, 3 times did this massive game get abandoned. 3 times, even MeepCity still updates. Our
But that's
story
because they
begins
make
when
new ones, right?
17-year-old
Yeah, I
Preston had
guess.
a goal to make as much money as possible from Roblox
What is this
games.
Shrek intro?
So he spent
What?
months
This
on
is a
new
crazy
game.
idea.
Shrek
That's it.
intro.
The game was to collect money with your pets
I love
and
it.
use that money to get even better pets and
Yep.
zones to earn more money. The game immediately took off thanks to how colorful and grindy it was. Players spent thousands of dollars and hundreds of days
Okay,
grinding for the
this
best
is true.
pets.
Oh man.
Russo,
that's
shout
a
out
lot.
Russo.
Wow.
But
W
as time
Russo!
went by,
40,000
Preston got
Robux
tired
is
of making
crazy.
The same updates over and over again. So to fix this,
I'm gonna kill my game to make a sequel.
you're joking, right?
Surely it has to do good.
No. Oh.
You may be wondering
Did
how
it?
a sequel
I
to a
don't remember
massive
that.
Roblox game failed.
Oh,
I
you're
mean,
right.
the game is also
I only
colorful
remember
and
Pet Sim
grindy,
X,
so
not
how could
2.
this
Oh,
even
wait,
happen?
you're right.
Well,
what's
compared to the
2?
previous game, Pet Sim 2 barely had any zones to grind for. This caused players to not only get bored, but also mad, because by paying Robux, you can access the next update, which was kinda unfair. But
Wait,
the biggest
that's a
problem
crazy
was
move right
broken
there.
That's a weird one.
promises.
That's a weird one.
Broken promises.
After months of hype, Preston abandoned the game after 4 updates, mainly because of how hard it was to make something this perfect. You can't make promises you can't deliver on. With the fall of Pet Sim 1
Dang,
and 2,
I didn't know
it's
that.
time for Preston
I
to
didn't
retire
hear about
the
Pet Sim
Pet Sim
2.
brand.
He did not retire the Pet Sim brand.
Despite finding instant success, Preston made a few blunders, causing Pet Sim to vanish. So at this stage, most devs would throw in the towel and peacefully retire.
So, what was that about me retiring?
He did not retire. He came back with a banger.
Yeah.
Rather than
Pet Sim
fully
X.
killing the franchise,
Let's go
Preston
with it.
adapted and learned from his mistakes. For many months, he carefully crafted a new game, Pet Sim X, a combination of Pet Sim 1 and 2, but with way more zones and pets during release.
Okay. Not bad.
And
This,
unlike
people are starting to
last
like
time,
it.
Preston had all the ideas ready to go, but to actually turn them
I
into
like the big pink
updates,
ball
the
in the
team
back.
Yeah.
had an interesting strategy. Rather than stressing on making each world perfect, they made each zone smaller, which allowed them to make more of them in total.
Smart.
When it comes to Roblox
Smart.
games, players don't expect perfection. They just want to have plain fun.
So true.
True.
Honestly,
Things
so
are fine,
true.
but important.
This game blew
Following
up.
the successful release, every week he added better and better pets, each getting more difficult to grind for. Oh,
man,
and
getting
not to
huge is so
mention
fun.
the occasional Easter
know.
eggs, which always got players talking.
satisfying.
Cheers to the start of an incredible journey.
Is that an AI like voice?
Yeah,
of
it's-
message?
But
yeah,
in
it's
the
like-
midst
yeah,
of
it's
all
like an AI
this,
version
there's
of
still
Preston.
one question that hasn't been answered. Instead of wasting time on a whole new game, why not simply change the old one? Well, here's a hint. By making a new game, he had a reason to build more hype, which means more money. I
Oh,
mean,
is
it
that
makes
big
sense,
paintball?
considering these new game passes make it very unfair for poor players. So now the question is, what happens when a money-hungry owner has a growing Roblox game?
Oh my god.
My goodness. Yeah, the plushies are expensive.
Introducing Pet Sim X NFTs.
NFT.
Time to get the game deleted, I guess.
NFTs was a crazy one.
Yo, I vaguely remember that. I'm not
You're
really on
dying.
Twitter.
You're long enough to be a villain. Yeah, that
Okay,
was
to
crazy.
fully
bro.
understand
350
this
for a
issue,
plushie
we
too.
need to go back to the reasons why games never die. A big reason being a safe
didn't skip this
environment.
one.
Sure, Pet Sim looks cute on the outside. You hatch pets, upgrade pets, and use them to get rich. But if you look into it, the game sort of promotes gambling. Imagine spending millions of Robux for a slim chance of getting an OP pet.
1200's a lot.
Only to be
1200 for
disappointed.
one
1200
buy is
is
Issuing thousands of
crazy.
dollars
1200's
from
a bit
kids.
much.
Out of rage, they did some digging and learned about Preston's history of games.
Why should I spend my time and money on a game that'll likely be abandoned?
Sure, games like Blocks Fruits
True.
and
True,
Murder
that
Mystery
is
have
scary.
gone months
Hey.
without updates, and players still love them. But that's
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
these games have no end goal, making them last forever. But in
Yeah.
Pet Sim, once you grind all the way to the final zone,
Yeah.
That's all you gotta
what's there
do.
left to
Yeah,
do?
there's not much left to do after that. Ah, so it wasn't safe
But
and there was
surely
limits.
none of this matters as long as he keeps updates coming. Right? Ignoring all the drama, he continued to add stronger pets and better worlds. Who could have guessed? But most importantly, a 10,000 Robux
Oh,
game pass, allowing you to
infinite
equip
pets?
instead of the usual 8, which may seem good, but the problem is the ability
Yo.
expires in 72 hours.
Wait,
Nice one, Preston. But after this, things took a
Wait,
sharp
10,000 Robux for something
For
that expires?
2 hours?
Wait,
I didn't get too deep
that is
into Pet
I
Sim
didn't know
X.
that.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
that is crazy. Wait, what?
Did it say that it was gonna expire? I hope
It had to have said. If it didn't say it, then that's just straight up stealing, right? They had.
with 10K for 72 hours.
Wow, bro. How much? That's a lot. That's hundreds. That's crazy.
The game completely slowed down on updates. This was a massive problem considering how repetitive and formulaic the gameplay was. Without new worlds, most players had time to reach the final zone and completely stop playing.
Okay.
Following a sharp decline in players, Preston returned with a few interesting updates here and there, but this was only short-lived. Which begs the question, at the height of it all, why is he now abandoning his game? Well, for one, the more money he makes, the more comfortable he gets, which means he wouldn't grind as much. Because if you compare him to other legends, there's a big difference. For example, Rip Indra grew the largest Roblox game by helping players, putting his heart into updates, and making the most insane experience for content creators, regardless of how big his game gets. But on the flip side, Preston makes a cash grab update once a month and dips.
Dang.
Instead of making the best experience for others, he's focused on making the best money for himself. So it's much harder to be truly passionate, causing him to give up after some time. And even doing selfish things like striking games inspired by him.
Yeah, this I remember, yeah.
This I remember.
The DMCAs.
But what if I told you, those aren't even the biggest reasons for the game's decline? You see, Preston's initial idea was good, but it's basically the same process a billion trillion times. Once your brain finds a pattern in something, you're inevitably gonna be less interested. The main idea sets an expectation for successful simulators, a never-ending cycle of the same mundane task.
Yes.
But since Preston started this whole trend, it's time for him to end it. And if you don't know what I mean...
Yup.
Welcome to Pet Sim 99. Unlike his last free games,
This game was a good
every
one. I was
world has a
addicted to this
custom
one.
mini game
I
that
really
gives you
like
something
this
to
one.
do. And although the
This is
game
actually
does
good.
have gambling, the devs made up for it in an interesting way. Instead of spending thousands
good
of
balance.
Robux on game passes, you can trade pets for diamonds, which you can then use for special power-ups, like equipping more pets and more pet damage.
Yeah, so you can actually
Plus,
work a
once you're
little
at
bit
the final
more, not all
zone, You
paying.
still have all of these
Yeah.
extra side quests, which players actually turned into a fun competition. With more community bond, Preston was motivated to pour his
have
heart
clans.
into updates
Wait,
and make
yeah,
them
this was a good one, I'm not
spectacular.
gonna lie.
It
So,
was good.
despite his
Play that for a
history, we
while.
should all
Yeah,
give
we
him
were
another
addicted to that
chance
one.
to make something great, as long as he continues to learn and adapt.
Yeah, true.
But if we look at the big picture, the fall of these different Roblox games have one thing in common. Since both devs were so focused on money and growth, they completely neglected the well-being and safety of players. At the end of the day, it's cool to get rich, but it's even cooler to do that by putting love, time,
Yes.
and care into your work and community.
So true.
Most
Speaking
important.
of that, I truly love making these kinds of videos. So
You
if
do them
wanna
really
see
well, man.
more, let's get 50K
Very,
likes
very
and hit
well.
subscribe while you're at it.
Oh, he
But for
wasn't there
now,
when
that's a wrap.
Pets Go dropped
Yes.
too.
So Pets Go adds more to the lore here. That was awesome. Please go subscribe to Cube and drop a like on this video. If you want to see us react to more of his videos, let us know in the comment section down below because he has so many bangers.
WCube. I love the way his videos are edited. All the sound effects are so funny.
We'll see you guys in tomorrow's video because you upload every day. Make sure to subscribe. Love you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.